Forces of good, we have 8 elven warriors, 4 with bow and 4 with sword. The forces of evil are comprised of 10 Uruk-Hai, 5 with sword and shield and 5 with a pike. Gaming area starts with the forces of evil on the western edge of the board, and the forces of good spread out over the east. For good to win, they need to kill 6 of the Uruk-Hai, and for evil to win, they need 5 Uruk-Hai to break through the defences and off the eastern side of the board. The forces of good have priority. With the 4 archers taking up position on the flanking hills, the elven warriors move up, ready to halt the advance. The Uruk-Hai advance down the field, ready to engage the elven forces. Into shooting phase, and the elven archers take aim at the Uruk-Hai with spears. The spears only need a 5 to wound, but the sword and shield need a 6. Both archers hit the mark, and one archer hits true, taking down the first Uruk-Hai. The archers on the northern flank also take aim at the spears. Both hit their mark, and one wounds another, taking out an Uruk-Hai. Into turn 2, and good win priority. The elves with swords spread out to reduce any gaps in their line. The archers move forward slightly so they can still shoot, but are ready to abandon the high ground and engage the Uruk-Hai on foot if they get closer. The Uruk-Hai continue their dash as quickly as they can. Into shooting phase, one hits, but the arrow fails to wound. The remaining archers take aim at the spear again, and both hit, but both fail to cause any mortal wounds. Into turn 3 priority roll, and again, good keep up the momentum. The forces of good drop back slightly, realising there is enough distance to hopefully get one more volley of arrows before they engage. The archers move slightly in order to get a better aim at the advancing Uruk-Hai, and the other 2 archers get ready to abandon the hill and engage in hand-to-hand fighting. The Uruk-Hai charge forward as far as possible, hungry to get into a fight. The archers take aim at the Uruk-Hai with spear and get one hit, but again they fail to get through the tough Uruk-Hai armour. The last archers aim at the Uruk-Hai with spear, and one archer, showing his prowess with his bow, hits with a 6 and wounds with a 6, taking down another Uruk-Hai. In turn 4, the thought of finally engaging gave priority to the forces of evil. The Uruk-Hai in the centre advance on the elven warriors with sword, engaging 2 of them. The 2 Uruk-Hai on the southern side can reach one of the archers and both charge into combat. The archer to the south abandons his bow and rushes to support his companion. 2 more elves engage the 2 Uruk-Hai who are not yet in combat. The 2 archers take aim at the only Uruk-Hai not engaged, and one hits true, but the arrow fails to penetrate the strong armour of the Uruk-Hai. Into combat, and the Uruk-Hai take the first fight, pushing the elves back but not wounding. The Uruk-Hai win the next fight, and their sword hits true and takes down an elf. The next elf wins his fight but fails to wound. The elf wins and pushes back the Uruk-Hai, but fails to cause any harm. As with his companion, the elf wins the fight but fails to wound. Turn 5 is a draw in priority, but evil took priority last turn, giving priority to good this turn. The battle is now evenly matched with 7 warriors on each side. The elves engage the Uruk-Hai on all fronts. The first fight goes to evil, who fail to wound. The second fight goes to evil, who managed to take out another elf.
Good.
The Uruk-Hai take the third fight, but again fail to wound. The forces of good finally win a fight, but don't take anyone out. In the 5th fight, good win again, but yet again they fail to wound. The 6th fight goes to the Elves, who are failing to take out any Uruk-Hai. The Uruk-Hai take the last fight in the round, but also fail to take down an elf. Into turn 6 and good take priority. The archers to the south engage the same Uruk-Hai. In the centre, the elves engage with as many Uruk-Hai as possible, but with the loss of their companion in the last round, they can no longer engage all the Uruk-Hai. Seeing a gap in the lines, the free Uruk-Hai makes for the eastern edge. In the first of 6 fights, good takes it, and manages to wound and take out another Uruk-Hai, reducing them to 6. The next fight goes to good, but failed to cause any wounds. Forces of evil take the next one, and successfully take out another elf. Evil take the next, but fail to wound. Evil win again, and again fail to wound. The final fight goes to good, and they take out another Uruk-Hai. The Uruk-Hai are reduced to 5, one more loss and the forces of good take the victory. Into turn 7 and evil takes priority. Seeing the eastern edge near, they rush to escape. With the last of the Uruk-Hai too close to 2 warriors, he engages, hoping to break through on the next turn. The forces of good give chase and engage as many Uruk-Hai as possible. One warrior, seeing the Uruk-Hai almost escaping, picks up his bow and takes aim. The final elf engages in combat, giving them an advantage in the coming fight. Into the shooting phase, and the elf draws his bow, hits, and wounds the Uruk-Hai. With their numbers reduced to 4, the Uruk-Hai retreat, giving the forces of good the victory. The elves, while glad to have stopped the forces of evil, they mourn their companions. They erect a pillar in their honour, and sing songs for their brave fallen companions.